Hello hikers, today I'm going to show you what to pack for a Drakensberg hike. The Drakensberg Grand Traverse to be exact. This is what I am taking along. Everything's already packed. I'm just going to unpack my backpack and show you what's inside as I go through it. Okay. On the outside, I've got my jackets, and then I've got my emergency bag, which is what I'm going to be sleeping on the floor, because we're going to be sleeping in caves. We're not taking any tents. Again, this is for the purpose of keeping the pack light. So yeah, we're doing the traverse and sleeping in caves only. I'm going to attempt to fit everything into a 30-liter bag. My food is not even in here yet. Check out my food video if you want to know what food I'm bringing. Then in the top here, let's do that. In the top, oh, I got a little bit of money. That's 20 rand. That's left over from another hike. So I've got a buff. I've got this thingy. I've got no idea what those things are called. Well, I do have some idea, but I've got a little bit of toilet paper. I've got lady things. That's everything that's in here for now, but there will also be a lip balm added there, and probably my gloves as well, and what is usually there, sometimes my headlamp. In this side pocket here, I've got a poncho because the weather forecast is showing like rain, all the rain. So I just said, you know what, let me get a poncho for double protection. And it's just one of those cheap disposable ones. Oh, do yourself a favor and get them from Discount. They're a lot cheaper than getting them from like a hiking store, like, you know, those ones. Just get it from Discount. They sell them and it's cheap. And then I've got a little spade for the toilets. What will also be on my side here is my water bottle. Speaking of hydration, here's my bladder. That's also going to be coming along. Yeah, my bladder is duct taped together. I was going to replace it, but then they've doubled the price. You know, a bladder costs like 900 rand now. Like, oh my gosh. The last time I bought one was 400 rand, and that wasn't even that long ago. So I just said, nope, I have duct tape. I will solve my own problems. Thank you very much. I'm not giving you my money. Anyway, I digress. Then we open up the bag. Okay, it's a little bit chaotic in here because it is a small bag and I am trying to fit everything in here. And like I said, I do still want to put food in. Don't be misled by how this looks. These are my clothes that I'll be wearing. So I've got one shirt, more toilet paper, my pants. I've decided on these ones because they have the zip that opens down the leg. That's why I have decided on these, in case it's like hot. But again, the weather is not really showing hot, it is showing wet, which makes me kind of want to take my other ones, but yeah. And then I've got my socks. I've got 2 inner socks. I've got 1 pair of like hiking socks, and I've got 1 pair of sleeping socks. I don't care what you say, Jonathan. And oh, and then here is like my underwear. Anyway, I just pack it like this so that I know that everything I need is here, because the logistics of doing a Drakensberg Grand Traverse is crazy actually. So we're going to drive down to Bushman's Neck, and then we leave a car there and a bag with things, and then we're gonna drive to Pietermaritzburg, and then we're staying at Jonathan's dad's house, and then the next day we're going to Royal Natal National Park, and then from there we're hiking up to Witzy's Hook, and then yes, then we're hiking up to Witzy's Hook, and then we're sleeping, and then the next morning we have breakfast, and then we are going to start the traverse. So there's a lot of steps in between, so I want to make sure that all my hiking stuff is just, you know, so like with this outfit, I know that when I put on my hiking clothes, this is it, you know, they're all together, that's it, I'm going on the trail now. And then my other stuff, I still need to pack that actually. Anyway, So toilet paper, I always like having 2 sets of toilet paper, one that is like deep inside my bag and then one that's in an easy to reach position, because you don't want to be that person who doesn't have toilet paper for whatever stupid reason, you know. There's been a situation where someone's whole roll of toilet paper got wet and now the rest of the hike they don't have toilet paper. Shame, but it happens. So just keep your toilet paper first of all in a Ziploc baggie and have 2 separate sets in case of an emergency. And then actually I've also got like facial tissues which can be used as toilet paper in an emergency. And then I've got my thingies. It's magnesium and iron because yeah, and I've got rehydrate. So that's actually in this little pocket here. You see this little thing? Yeah. And I'll probably, yeah. And then I've got my toiletries. I have a little bit of deodorant, some toothpaste tablets, a little bit of body oil, you know, just in case, especially since we're getting wet and like my skin gets dry, and like if I feel like moisturizing, I want to moisturize, you know, I don't care. And then I have some sunblock. There's actually also a very little bit in here. I bought a new one so that I could save this nearly empty one so that I don't have to carry a full one, you know. And then Bepantene. I promise you, the one item, like let's say if they were to say, you know, leave everything, you can only take 1 or let's say 2 toiletry items. Bepantene, 100%. Like this does everything. It works really well as like for your lips as a lip balm. It works really well when, you know, you've got like, I don't even know what this thing is called, but it happens and like your nose gets all peeled because of like the sun and the wind and all of that, and you know, you look like a toddler with dry boogers on his face. This is your friend. Yeah, so some Bepantene. They've now brought out other Bepantene products that you can use as like a grown person, but I started using this when they only had the baby one, or at least available here in South Africa. They only had the baby one, and I really like it, and I'll continue to use only this one because I'm a creature of habit. I like what I like. And then we have my down jackets. I've got my little fleecy. I am taking an extra top. So originally I was not going to be doing so. I was just going to hike with the clothes that I'm wearing and then just do that, because we are trying to do this as light as possible. But because of the rain, I have decided to take this top. It's like super light, quick drying, whatever. If you watch my channel, you know that I hike in shirts, and some of those shirts happen to be cotton. I know, but I really enjoy hiking in my cotton shirts, especially when I'm at high altitudes, because I get cold, okay? So I find that the cotton shirt really works well for me, so I don't have to keep putting on a layer, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off. Okay, and then I have another fleece. Do not judge the amount of jackets I take, okay? I'm gonna wear them all, it's fine. Don't talk to me about jackets. This has my night stuff in it. I have a beanie in here. I'm not gonna unpack it, but I have my beanie. I have my sleeping socks. They wool, real wool, not, you know, just polyester wool. They're like real wool. They're really warm. I love them. And then I have a top, like thermals. Yeah, a thermal set, top and whatnot. And then of course I've got underwear in here as well. You're probably wondering how I'm gonna fit my food in here. I'm wondering the same thing. I've got my sleeping mats. I've got my first aid kit. So my bag can open at the side, and my first aid kit kind of, I'm not even showing you. My first aid kit, here's the zip. My first aid kit lives here, so that if I do need it, I don't have to thingy. I can just open here and grab it out from here, because that's where my first aid kit will be. That's why it's right at the bottom, and I like that because it's out of the way. Most of the time you don't need it, but when you do need it, you want it to be easy to reach. Okay, and then I have my sleeping bag. And in here, I've also got my liner. I've got a bag liner in here. So it's my sleeping bag and my liner. And then, oh, whoopsie whoopsie. This was not yet in the bag, but I've got my electronics. So this is basically a power bank, my GPS, I've got cables in here. Do you know what's the most annoying thing? My watch has this cable, my phone is like this cable, my headlamp has a different cable that doesn't fit with this. My Garmin can use my phone, not my Garmin, my, oh actually can my Garmin? Can you use this cable? I forget, but I think it can use this cable. Nope, it does have a little adapter, so I'm sure it can use this. I don't remember packing a separate cable. Yeah, so that's, can you even see? Yes, at least. So that at least can be my phone and my GPS, but the battery lasts really well on this, so I don't think I will have to charge it. I probably won't have to charge it actually. I've never had to charge it on a hike, except that one where I was like on the trail for 13 days. But yeah, otherwise it will be fine for these 5 days, 5 or 6 days. We don't know how long we're going to be doing the traverse, so we've just said 5 or 6 days, and we see how it goes. You know, we see how it goes. And then of course batteries for my GoPro. And then where's my headlamp? I showed you my headlamp already, but yeah, my headlamp. So yeah, that is everything that I'm taking. There's no camp shoes, no anything for just like extras and spoils. You might say my jackets are a bit extra because I think I have 1, 2, 3 jackets. I have 3 jackets and a little fleece, but I know myself, I get cold, so for me it makes sense to pack like that. If you don't get cold, then don't pack so many jackets, you know, it's not that big a deal. That's that for the Drakensberg Grand Traverse. Easy peasy. I don't know how easy this video is to follow, but if you want a video that is more like just listing the things that we take for a hike, I do have one that I made for the Otter Trail, and the stuff that you take there is the same stuff that you take on every hike. Essentially everything you pack is always exactly the same. You just change it now and then to like suit the trail. So for example, if you need a tent, you pack your tent. I don't need a tent, so I'm not packing my tent. Well, one could argue that maybe we do need a tent, but you know, we're sleeping in caves, that's what we have decided. Okay, so now to put everything back in again, because do you want to see how much food I have? That has to fit in there. And I'm being stubborn, I know, but I really do not want to take my bigger backpack. I just want to take this one because this is the one I've been practicing in. This is the one I want to take with. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Hi, me again. I've decided to repack my bag because peer pressure. Jonathan shared a photo of his bag with weight, and it was 7.2 kilograms. Yeah, so my bag is 3 kilograms heavier than his, and this is without water and without my cucumber. Anyway, let's repack. I'm gonna just see what I can skim off of it. In regards to food, I have 4 kilograms of food, and then the rest, the other 6 kgs, is my bag, you know, all the stuff that I'll be using on the hike and whatnot. So I'm going to just skim off 2 kilograms or 1.5 kilograms. Let's get started because it's late. I have to wake up soon. These are the items that are staying behind. Actually, let me see if I can weigh them. It doesn't feel like a kilogram. Oh, it's a kilogram. I've saved a kilogram. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, this is how hiking goes. You pack and you unpack, and pack and unpack. And I've skimmed off some stuff. Yeah, I guess those are just for comfort. We just have a little bit less comfort on this hike, and less olives. Goodbye. Good night. I need to sleep.